Hey, this podcast holds nothing sacred. This is Life, Tech, and Sundry. And what is Sundry? It's our experiences put in a melting pot to the internet. So join us on this wild ride called the LTS Podcast. Follow us at LT Sundry on Twitter, LTS.pod on Instagram, Life, Tech, and Sundry on YouTube, and all your favorite podcast distribution services. Stay frosty.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of the LTS Out of Office. Mr. J couldn't join us at this moment. It is what it is, but the show must go on, literally. So let's do this. Alan, how are you doing? Sensei.
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for asking me, Sir Marcos. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm all bundled up. Got my fluffiest, long sleeve shirt jacket. I like it.
Very good. Very good.
It's the season.
Yes, it is. It definitely is.
Yes,
are you quarter zipping or not quarter zipping?
It's buttoned.
Very
just check my como se dice, like my quarter zip. If it was a quarter zip, it's full down.
All you're missing is the matcha, buddy.
Calm down. No, I have my water bottle. No. We mustn't.
Fantastic.
What else? How about you? What do you have for drinking?
I'm actually chugging on Hal's New York seltzer water. Big Apple.
Okay. Yes, sir. Big Apple's a good flavor. I sell those. It's pretty popular. I'm a full like a baby 40-ounce water bottle.
That's it. We got the hydro. Yeah, it's been pretty chilly over here, northeast.
Been getting the northeaster.
Yeah. It's we've kind of gotten like little flurries here and there, but nothing substantial.
Yeah.
And it's just been really cold.
But yeah, like what was it? Well, I think it was this Friday that it was like I texted out or I sent a voicemail, guys, bundle up. It cold. Yeah. I was like 18 degrees when I stepped out.
Very cold.
And that's without the wind chill factor. And for the non-American listeners, what would 18 degrees be? Like negative 10?
I mean, that's the question for Google.
Let's go. Hey, Google, what's 18 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius?
To convert a temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius.
I don't want the voice. It will be negative 7.78.
Pretty chilly.
It was, and that's without the wind chill. But yeah, it was chilly. You just had to layer up. And you know what I found fun? Like the fun thing that I do like throughout the week, I find the weather thanks to the search engines and all those things. And I play a game, if you will, with the assistant over there, the Gemini, or if you will. I call it Gemini for the lulz.
Okay.
And it, I say I have this, or give me the proper rating for this combo. I call them combos, if you're like, if you're getting a combo from the menu over there in McDonald's or whatever. Talking about McDonald's, there's something special going there, isn't there?
Yes. How the Grinch stole Christmas.
Yeah, the Grinch and something else.
Is there another one besides that one?
No, I just went by a McDonald's like yesterday by accident. And I see, why is there a line over here by the shopping center? And there's like a whole line all the way to the front of the shopping center. Nobody gets inside. Like, it's cold out here. Why are you not?
Right.
It was funny in the drive-thru.
There's a lot of collabs going on for fast food. I think Krispy Kreme has, The Simpsons, or that might be actually Dunkin' Donuts. I'm not quite sure which one is which right now. I know that or it might be that Krispy Kreme has Snoopy and the Peanuts gang, and I think Burger King has SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yes.
And there's other ones I just don't remember off the top of my head.
I just saw McDonald's and it just like, damn, the Big Archers even in the cold.
The Golden Arches is doing its thing with all the collabs, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I got distracted. But yeah, like my personal thing is I'm a Gemini. I'm gonna expose myself. I'm a Gemini user.
Okay.
And they said, give me a rating from 1 to 10. This is an 8. This is a 5. This is a 6. You can do better. I tell it to do like, can they do better? Can they do And do you do that? Do you or do you have a go-to layering always just by weathers like? Or do you like to play a game?
As far as like the food and stuff?
No, for setup for your layering system for stepping out in this.
Yeah, of course. So usually I do the undershirt, right? The short sleeve undershirt as the first basic, and then on top a long sleeve, whether that be like a Henley or some sort of knit. or maybe a waffle knit, or maybe some sort of like thermo. And then, if necessary, I guess a hoodie. And then after the hoodie, a coat, whether that be like a North Face type of like hoodie, you know, like the, what's it called? Is it called the bubble jacket or is it called
The puffer
puffer jacket? Yeah, the puffer jacket.
Yeah, the
And
bubbly
then-
ones. Yeah.
Right, and then I'll switch it up. I might switch up the puffer for something that's a little more, I guess.
The outer shell can be windbreaker, like a canvas. How about canvas, maybe?
No, more like something that's a little bit more dress up
On the weekday.
like a pea coat or a top coat or something like that.
What about a work day? Even then on the Monday?
Yeah, if I'm not working, yeah, because if I'm working, it's probably whatever keeps me warm. It doesn't really matter the stilo, but it usually depends on where I'm going. But layering is probably the thing that Do you wear long johns and like the socks and stuff
Yes.
like that?
Yesterday I had to
Yeah,
wools,
yeah.
merino wools and long johns.
Yeah,
And
Same.
what's this? I have a set of cargo pants that I
Okay.
love that are windbreakerish, and they have like a little bit of that DWR coating. So and they're thicker canvas, so I wear those. That's why I asked canvas, like
Oh, I see.
kind of windbreaks.
Yeah, no. For me, I usually do the like the long johns, and then if I need to, depending on what I'm wearing, like if it's jeans, it's jeans. If it's what's it
Those
called,
do-
slacks or slacks.
Those do the job pretty good too.
Yeah. And yeah, for the most part, that's how I'm rolling out. Do you? Well, I'm gonna ask it, right?
Tell me.
Double drink or just one drink? Because I do double drinks. I have 2 thermos plus my hydro. So usually it's my
I go
20 ounce of green tea and then
Yeah.
my 10 ounce of like either hot chocolate or coffee.
No,
and then
I'm the
my
same.
water.
And
You're
it's
saying-
coffee. It's coffee.
Is it still your? Bill?
No, it's not. It's not the same one. It's a one it's a smaller one, like
More so of like how you build your coffee. Is it the
It's a
same
combo.
recipe?
It's a combo. It is hot cocoa, straight hot cocoa, and black, no milk, no milk, and then the coffee that I would add, and whatever sweetener that I would add it to the
Okay.
coffee, and then pour both. It's a 16 ounce, 18 ounce container, so I
Okay.
have the little las tacitas, the coffee cups.
Right.
They're half or a little bit less. So I mix it, make it. I like to sip. Okay, good. Pour it in. I like it. Pour it in. Take
Okay.
it. Let's go.
So is it like kind of
Close
like
it.
a
Shake, and go.
shake? Yeah. Okay. So is it like more like a mocha type of experience, like a chocolate? coffee?
It is a chocolate coffee. Yeah. For me, it's not frothy. Nothing. Just
No.
oh,
It's blended well. Tastes
Yes.
great. It keeps you warm.
it helps. Mind you, this is a thermos, so it's not gonna give me a lot of the heat. So I always have a glove on.
Okay. No,
Right.
and then your hydro.
The hydro, or that's when I'm at home, because like or when I'm at work, I'm able to get water. But if I take the hydro, it's always full.
okay.
Before lunch, it's already gone.
How
Brilliant.
many bottles do you down?
If I'm only with bottles, at least 4.
4. Okay.
Because I made the math. Have you made the math for your approximate? For me,
Intake?
I'm a 2. For just baseline water,
Uh-huh.
you have to allegedly. Don't quote me on that. Allegedly, it's that you have to make roughly just half your body weight and then convert it to fluid ounces. And then add like 16 ounces for every 30 minutes of extra work you're gonna be doing. So if you're gonna be sitting
Okay.
down, for me, I'm a 200 plus little boy. If I'm gonna be sitting down, I have to drink 3 of these 40-ounce boy.
Okay. Yeah.
And then if I'm gonna be like, for example, on the regular now, I'm doing over like 16, 18,000 steps a day. So I have to
Yeah.
put in another set of those at work before. If I'm gonna be here at the house, I'm gonna be doing 3 of those bad boys. And if I'm gonna be at work, I take like 4 20-ounce sports caps. I down 1 before 10 o'clock easily. And then during lunch, this includes your drinking it while you're eating, whatever fluids. This is fluids. The house counts. I like to have a house, not always, but I'm a water man. I'm a simple boy. I'm a simple man. I like my simple things, like matcha.
Of course.
I'm a
Oh, yeah.
matcha man.
Absolutely. No, the reason I ask is because for me, like, I think one of the obvious things is that the more liquid you consume, the more you have to go, right? So being that you're in front of the house and that you're dealing with a lot of customers and clients, and it's not like there might be times in the day where it's not a consistent
You know
flow.
me.
It's like, and
You know me too well.
it's gonna be hard for you to kind of bounce to the restroom and then come back.
I try to go once during the work, and then
Okay.
right after work.
No,
So
of
it's
course.
during
course.
high tide is they by 8:30 they're rushing in. There's a lot of people. By like 10, I try 9:30. No, 10.
Okay.
10, like 10 minutes. I do number 1, maybe number 2, and then I'm back and whatever you have to touch up with deliveries, whatever. And then I try to have lunch before everyone else, because you can't have lunch when everyone else has lunch.
No,
and then
of
I'm
course
like
not.
10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then back to work.
Yeah, no, that's always the drawback when you work in the food or the customer service industry, when it's like around lunchtime. And it's like you almost have to untrain your body to like not take lunch at midday like a normal person, and kind of either eat before lunch, like
Or
around
way
11ish, or
when
after
closing.
Yeah, so you're talking about like 3, 4, 5,
5
well,
lunch.
almost like dinner time.
I've had that, and it's like I don't like that.
No,
So
I don't think anyone.
I have an alarm. I don't know if you can see it in the. I set a bunch of alarms every day. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. These are my alarms. I'm up by 5. By 7:58, I'm making sure that doors are opening, and then by 11:35, every day there's lunch. 11:35, and then by 1:20, I'm putting in next day's orders, and then by 2:00, I'm doing cleaning. It says clean up. Everybody hurry up.
Right.
Well, I'm still ringing customers, and I'm making sure everything's restocked. Between 1:20 to 2, I try to ring up whatever the stragglers are coming in and making sure they're stocked.
Okay.
From 12 to 2 is like I'm getting a good rush of people, a comfortable rush. And then 2:00, I'm cleaning everything up, getting stragglers of customers. And obviously, I'm not working that spot alone, but I got the times, los tiempos, the timing of it, that I can work with that schedule. And then by 3:00, mind you, I close the gate. There's like shutter gates that open left and right, and then I close it, and I'm like, hey, do you gotta like before I'm closing it, because like I have to close the coffee machine so that it goes through its cleaning cycle. So why even have it open? I close that gate, and I'm cleaning everything there, and have it, the coffee sign is off because there's no coffee, and it's going through the hot water, cleaning the whatever, doing its thing. And like, hey, you're still open? Yeah, we just don't have coffee right now. It's going through its cleaning cycle. And I have to be there for at least 30 minutes, on the low end, 30 minutes after once I set into cleaning mode, because I can't touch it. I have to make sure I put everything set up so I leave it for the next day. And while that happens, by 2:50, while it happens like 3:30, 3:20, or 3:45, I'm getting like one customer here, one customer there. Mind you, they want water or something like that. Sure, go get a water and I'll bring you up. Even though you technically the building opens and lets people in by 8:30, I'm getting people by 8 a.m. building workers. I'm getting people that I call them openers. Like I get openers that are not regular public, but they want a cup of coffee, or they want a pastry, a wrapped pastry. Maybe be like pinguinos, or what, those that have like a cupcake that have like a little swirl across. I call them, in Mexico they used to be called pinguinos. I forgot the name in English. They come in a set of 2.
Right. I was gonna say
and they have like a swirly across on top of it.
The cupcakes?
I call them cupcakes. They're in a little tray that are cup, but they have a brand in Spanish, but I don't know.
It's not
English.
Ho's, right?
No, that's a different thing, yeah. There's the funny bones, there's the devil dogs and all those things, but that's different.
Right.
I don't know the name in Spanish, but they love that with a straight black coffee in the morning. Go ahead. That's the openers.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
Versus, for example, like what time do you normally, like you're in what time is like, for me there's rush hour. What's the equivalent for you of a rush hour?
Usually, rush hour probably would be, I want to say like food industry rush hour would probably be like around 11:30ish.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of people want to beat the rush, but by 11:30, 11:45, yeah, you got a good amount of flow. And then by 12:30, even by like almost 1:00, you still got a pretty good amount of people doing the last minute rush to try to grab a bite. I would say maybe like around between the hours of 12 to 12:30 is like probably the heaviest. And it's only like I want to say like a blitzkrieg, right? Of like 15 to 20 minutes of nonstop action, right?
Yes.
Wild action. Like you're trying to bang out as many, things as you can, right? And
I call it being locked in.
Yes.
Go left, go right, do your thing.
What's crazy is that in my situation was that, okay, so there's different stations in front of the house, and then back of the house, other stations, and then catering. So pick your poison.
My compliments to all of them. That's all.
Yeah, no, it got pretty hectic.
Receiving deliveries.
Yeah, but I think when you kind of delegate those type of tasks to other people that are not in the front of house, either charging or preparing food, or even back of the house who's like grilling, sauteing, or doing any of the catering,
Cleaning.
because that's like one of the major things. Yeah, no, all those things are pretty wild. And if you have one, I'm not saying that it's antiquated, but if you don't have a system where you can like barcode it yourself and like scan your food yourself or
Shortcuts.
yeah, you automate it a little bit, not
Yes,
too crazy, but you automate it a little bit. It helps kind of the flow going, right? Maybe a person didn't order anything to eat, just grab something on the shelf, right? Maybe some cookies, maybe some baked goods and a drink, and they're like, that's it, I'm trying to bounce.
Outstation, they just scan the barcode and like, oh, you can tap over here if you want. Yeah, sure. And they go 2 minutes in and out.
Yeah, exactly. But if you want to get something a little bit more prepared and stuff like that, or that's you need to warm it up, so like then it becomes a little bit more of a situation for that person and whoever's online.
Officers are like where I'm at, that we sell microwavable beef patties and we can microwave it for them.
Is that the Caribbean?
Yes, the beef and the chicken patties, the ones that have like the curry. And one time an officer came by, give me 4. Oh
no,
yeah,
yo,
I'll take 4.
No, that's a definite. Yeah, that's a definite. Absolutely, that happens where people are like, yo, I need something to fill me up,
and then
like a nice, either chicken or beef patty and with some hot sauce maybe.
They're a touch spicy, they're a touch, but you and I, we can go higher.
Yeah, no, definitely.
More.
No, definitely.
Man, that's on the food side. Which one would you like to go with? The highlights of news stories, or would you like to talk about the news, the New York Times history in the making, if you will, headlines?
You want me to read one off?
Which one calls to you? It would read the one that calls to you. Yes.
Okay, give me 1 sec. Let's see. Interstellar or Google launches Gemini 3? That's a good question.
Those are right there, sizzles right there, the polls.
Yes. Actually, let me read number 2.
Yes, sir.
Not for anything else, but I think I've seen a little bit more online about this than the Interstellar to comment about it. So point number 2 says, as the title, Google launches Gemini 3 with industry-leading reasoning and deep think mode. So that's the title. So the first bullet point speaks about Google unveiled its latest flagship AI model, Gemini 3, which is now rolling out to users with enhanced understanding across different media types. And then you have 3 smaller bullet points. The first being, the new deep think mode is designed specifically to tackle the most complex math, science, and logic challenges by testing out many solutions simultaneously. The second bullet point says this is known as a multi-model AI, meaning it can analyze and reason across text, video, audio, and code all at once. Yeah, that's crazy. And then the third bullet point, Pichai Sundar.
That's the source, if you will.
Right, Pichai Sundar. Google rolls out, and I believe that's the CEO, right, of the company? Yeah. Google rolls out Gemini 3 Deep Think mode with its strongest reasoning capabilities. CEO Sundar Pichai, the Economic Times, and this was December 6, 2025, and then the link to Economic Times. So yeah, what do you think about this, Marcos? What do you think about, have you used Gemini 3?
I'm going to out myself, like I said before.
That's your go-to?
That's my go-to. That's my goat. Imagine a goat. But yeah, like I've seen the 2 modes, like, featuring Gemini 3, you can use literally the promo, whatever it says.
Right.
I'm biased towards fast thinking, though. Whenever I want something like the thing that I said about my attire, give me a rank up on this combo, I go for the what's the word, the fast think mode. I don't think I should use, I have used it, and I don't like that it takes a couple of minutes, like a minute, literally a minute of thinking everything through. It's not what I'm looking for. I wanted to reference, here's the my favorite jacket is whenever I go out like with these weathers is outer shell having call it what's the word, not the Columbia one, the Lands and puffer jacket, 800 degree down, and it has like an insulation shell on top, like with DWR coating. It's like, and then underneath I have a Columbia Steens Mountain fleece sweater and a vest, and underneath I have that a thermal and a tank top underneath that. And then it gave me a good rating for Friday, right?
Yes.
And I told them, this is the jacket. What's the details on this that you see online? What are the reviews? Oh, it's good. It's just not permanently waterproof. XYZ. I used the fast thinking though. If I wanted, I personally don't think that's the best option for the deep think or for me. I'm only a fast boy for that. Have you gone with Gemini and asked some deep thinking questions?
No, I haven't. The most I've used is when, like, say I want to use, or I have a question and I ask just regular Google, and then it gives you the option it says think deeper or use AI to go deeper into the question.
Son.
Right.
Think deeper.
Right.
No, that's X, I think, isn't it? Think harder. Sorry, that's wrong.
Actually, I don't know. I haven't used Grok. To be honest, I haven't used Grok. I've used, what's it called? What's the one that comes with Internet Explorer or with
what? With Edge? With Copilot?
Yeah, Copilot. I've used Copilot before, and I've used Google, but not specifically Gemini. Not like as the off the bat type of thing. I just type it into the Google search, and then it gives you the option to.
There's we've talked about screenshots. So yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So from there, like I'll kind of like look at what they're giving me as an answer, which is okay. Like again, it maybe because I'm not asking or trying to use it for prompting.
You're using the search engine, if you will.
Yeah, it's more of like just a search engine for me. Like say something about food, or something about travel, or something about information regarding something I'm reading about, what we've been, like talking about, whether it be something about science or what have you. Like those are the type of things that sometimes I'll search. What about you, Marcos?
But yeah, so you're a Gemini user, but you're not afraid to shy, and you don't shy from the other intelligence.
Right. Yeah. Like again, not because I'm not going crazy with prompting or asking crazy questions just about like food or something I've read about and trying to get more information on, whether it be science or technology. And yeah, I think it doesn't require so much. I think AI.
My question: the way you go for using the artificial intelligence, do you go for affirmation or do you just ask as a random subject? Because there's even styles of how to ask it. Unfortunately, there was already allegedly a person that ended themselves, decided to disconnect from the server because the way that he was asking the questions. But I don't know which chat. Nobody's gonna tell you who did which one they were using because it was all on his phone. So that whenever they were searching for that, when they thought it was a suicide or it's a criminal event, and it turns out that he was just chatting in a certain way, that he was affirming himself. So I don't know which one. You already know they're going to be paying the big bucks to say that it wasn't me or whatever. But right now it's the current the one previous than there is right now. They're searching not only to gas you up, but in a way to understand that you're looking to understand the subject and not just for self-affirmation. And in a psychotherapeutic way, I think he was looking for it in the sense of therapy instead of going to an actual therapist. It was a he, by the way. That's the only thing that they know.
Well, again, to me, it's like I think we're giving too much credit and power to these AI models right now.
Yeah.
To me, it's a little weird that people would kind of like throw themselves at this technology, not knowing, not knowing what could lead to something unwanted, right? They just assume
of their consequences.
Right. They assume that everything is up and up, right? Or up to snuff. And maybe it's not quite there yet. And for them to take it at face value or take it as a workaround, as a resolve anything type of thing, it isn't the best course of action, right? Yeah. At least that's my thinking.
Bro, but it's exciting again, though in that sense.
I think it's awful.
And mind you, this was by their own hands. So at the same time, they have the evidence like, they were looking for therapy. Mind you, this individual was looking for therapy, but they were using I want to say the wrong instruments. We don't know what was the story behind him. Maybe he couldn't afford a regular therapist. I don't know. And we'll never know.
True, very true.
And mind you, right now the big threes would be Gemini, ChatGPT, I want to say Grok, but at the same time, Copilot is up there. But those three, the one you, I feel like those are the top three. Copilot and Grok could be interchangeable, but there's a lot more. I'd say there's thousands of more now. than just the last year.
Right.
What else? Want to go to the next one? Want me to tell you a little story? I mean, we're trying to slide in, segue, if you will, from this kind of use of technology to, would you allow me go for the other story? The special segment of this episode?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Let me tell you a story. You know how we're talking about how AI and everything is being popular? Well, your boy here did a couple stories like throughout the month of October and November. If you're listening to the episodes, to you, dear listener, it was mainly about Halloween. And I used the search engine Google and even more Gemini. Probably in my time there when I was using it, the deep think was not active, by the way, Alan. So this is even newer than what I used my method like 2 months ago. So the way that I did it was I used what was the most searched stuff on the search engine Google since Google's inception to 2025 for the month of Halloween. And I did an episode for Coast, East Coast, West Coast, and I divided into time zones. No, East Coast, West Coast, South, and Midwest. That's what I did. And I'm the one that did it. I'm horrible. And then we did it with a culmination episode with Aaron. If you want to listen to that episode, guys, you already know where to find it here on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. Aaron from Australia obviously doesn't know a lot of stuff in the United States, and it was a fun story for her to find out about stuff and to know about her. But what I want to do is, for this segment, is to use, again, the search engine, Google, Gemini again, but the headlines. I wanted to see what headlines were in the New York Times, specifically because that's part of their archive. What do you think? Since there's an anniversary going to happen this December 7th, 2025, we're recording a day before that, right, Alan? If we're going to raise, the curtain a little bit to the back of the shop, if you will.
Correct.
And it was the anniversary. It will be the anniversary of Pearl Harbor. So in this episode, I wanted to do a little segment. So I'm gonna start, reading the notes that I took, if you will. The countdown to infamy, using the headlines of a notable. I didn't even say famous. I just said notable. By the way, I don't want to gas it up that much, man.
Okay.
A notable newspaper. What do you think about the New York Times?
Maybe not the most reputable newspaper anymore. Since
the 40s, it's been going.
Yeah, and that and a lot of other legacy type of news outlets. But please.
They haven't gone bankrupt yet. Well, we as the LTS groups tracked the military and political storm for the 14 weeks of the headlines leading to December 7th, 2025. You would ask yourself, why 14 weeks? Well, I was not going to do a day by day leading to December 7th. I did a quick summary. What was the leading headline of the week, specifically 14? That's where the biggest changes were notable. And this segment is a compilation of the New York Times, if you will. So now we use the history and as a mirror to observe the present day headlines from specifically, again, the New York Times and what they said in the 1940s. That led us to Pearl Harbor, and hopefully we can prevent or avoid anything equivalent in the future. Starting that, we go with the 1941, the military escalation, the overt threats. Mind you, these were headlines of their day. We first look at the clear escalation threats that the U.S. faced in the front page 84 years ago. The myth of neutrality shattered, just blown away, broken. By September, the lines were crossed, literally. President Roosevelt declared as an act of war at sea, if you will, codifying or the statement, shoot on sight to any German military boat. Basically, what was it? President Roosevelt orders Navy to shoot on sight if Axis, aka the Germans. Mind you, it wasn't just the Germans. It was, what was it? The Germans, Italians? I know it was those two mainly in Europe.
With the Axis?
Yeah.
Axis for Germany, Italy, with Mussolini, and
so the big boys in Europe were Germany and Italy. Any Axis ships to be fired upon on sight. So there was not a declaration, but it was saying, if we see you on our side, specifically entering the Western Hemisphere, in the ocean, in open waters, it would be on sight, basically. And then the New York Times published this in 1941. There were, I would dare say, a juggernaut in the newspaper industry in spreading information. So it was a big escalation of action by the United States. And then the price of indecision paid in blood. The American people saw the cost instantly. The sinking of the Reuben James, an American mariner ship, if you will, was sunk by and lost 100 crewmen, and it was sunk by a Japanese ship, by the way. So, and at the same time, another headline that the New York Times posted was that General Tojo took over the peaceful cabinet, or the government, if you will, not the emperor of Japan, but the cabinet that was preceding World War II and leading Japan to be attacking the United States. But they were already throwing hands in the Asian continent, to China, to the Philippines, to all those little countries. They were going at it with this quote-unquote neutral cabinet. But then the general might as well become a dictator, if you will. And that was newsworthy because they had a reporter over there, and the New York Times had a reporter, and they decided that was a big highlight of that week, if you will. Specifically October 18, 1941, by the way. The other one issuing by President Roosevelt was in September 12, 1941. So those are the big transitions. Mind you, in that time frame between those two dates, Germany attacked Moscow also. So that was also a headline. So in between that month, it was going off on the eastern front. And then we go to the 2025 systematic threats, if you will, the silent fleets. Now we contrast the headlines with the present day of 2025, revealing a silent fleet, if you will, that threatens. Specifically, can you read the 2025 headline part of the bullet points?
Yeah, 2025.
Strategic escalation versus.
1 second, brother.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says strategic escalation versus climate time bomb. It says our current front pages balance overt military brinkmanship, like the potential for nuclear weapon tests. Trump orders first U.S. nuclear weapons test in 33 years. This is from the New York Times. Yep. Yes. It's a quote from the New York Times, 21st of October, 2025, against the slow motion global crisis of climate
inaction. You're good, brother. No issues there. You're good.
Climate inaction is leading to millions of deaths each year. The New York Times, 7th of October, 2025. Are we looking at the explosive headlines while ignoring the existential ones? And then the last bullet point here, or no, second to last, right? Self-inflicted instability, political energy is consumed by self-inflicted crises that mirror the institutional paralysis of 1941. The failure of governance is highlighted by uncertainty grows for 1.8 million SNAP recipients in New York City as government shutdown continues. Uncertainty grows for 1.8 million SNAP recipients in NYC as government shutdown continues. The New York Times, 18th of November, 2025. This domestic chaos is the ultimate distraction. And then the last bullet point, the erosion of trust. On the eve of a global anniversary, the foundation of democratic stability is under fire. The systematic breakdown is captured by the legal battle. New York Times suing Pentagon over Defense Secretary Hegseth's new press rules. New York.
Yeah, that's the header, yeah.
And then that's the header, yeah. And that's a New York Times with the December 2025. The stability of the nation's democratic foundation is itself the highest alert. And that's the end of it.
The lesson of these 14th weeks countdown to the anniversary of Pearl Harbor is mainly of caution, if you will, warning, where absent, but that they were present. Yes, they were missed, if you will. The danger today is not that our press fails to document the crisis, but that we, the public, and our leaders fail to properly prioritize the systematic threats over the latest political noise. Damn it. What What do you think with the political noise part? Do you think it's too much distraction versus what the real problems are, or unseen threats that could affect everyone?
I don't know. Again, from what I told you last time, or not last time, but a little bit earlier, I think New York Times, like many other legacy media platforms, do suffer from like a major bias, and sometimes this kind of reflects upon not only the people that they hire, which in turn dictates how or what is being reported, or from what vantage point or point of view it's being like expressed or shared. Gives a lot of kind of like weird
leanings.
Weird leanings, or just weird all in all, as far as like the information that's being presented as facts. Used to be, or you would assume that any real reporter would just give you the facts and let the reader kind of just hash out what their point of view should be based on the facts. But more and more you see like a lot of these companies and quote unquote or so-called reporters being more akin to some sort of like renegade, how would you call them, activists? That's what I would call it. Activists with like agendas and weird, leanings towards or biases towards certain things.
They want people to look at this. I'm trying to look at this, and it's making them have an agenda without. We don't want them. An activist is a different thing. We want the reporter, right?
Exactly. So I think that's where a lot of these legacy media companies kind of like fall short of what people really want. And what people want is not being told what to think, but give the information or the facts about what's happening, and let the reader decide for themselves what they should do about that information being reported on. And then
what about the New York Times? That they gotta sell paper or whatever, membership subscriptions. How are they gonna make sure that the reader buys their product if they're not leaning towards someone else? It's like, if you're doing reporting on that, I'm gonna read more what you say. Like, isn't that also a formula that has recently or always been around for those guys?
Being sensational, and I guess you can say in the news outlet, has always existed. But I think one thing is being sensational, and I think there's a place and time for that. And it doesn't have to be the whole news outlet.
The whole paper.
Right. I think it could be like segments where I think it's called like
block pages?
Yeah, like no, but there's sections where it's like opinion pieces, right?
There you go. Yes.
The opinion pieces where it's the opinion of a certain reporter and expresses their thoughts or what they think, but it's not the news. It's their opinion piece.
So
where
the
news
pieces
should be just the facts. Like if something happens, it's like, what are the objectively, what's the information? It happened on this date at this time. The information is that this person was involved, or this person was supposedly involved. That's it. You don't have to. But one reporter thinks that, no, I don't care what you think. Just give me what the information is. Don't tell me what you think, or if the person was in bad terms with another person, which makes you think, no. Just give me what's the information, just as simple as possible. And that's what they're supposed to do. Objective news stories.
That should be first page, not opinion pieces.
The opinion piece, put that at the end.
Go back. 18, right. Page 18.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so page 18 items are coming to first page. Who asked? Nobody asked that. They were always there then. What I'm understanding, like opinion pieces were always there, but they shouldn't be front page.
Exactly. But again, not everybody wants that. I think, and again, I'm not sponsored by these people, but I've seen companies like that do this type of like, okay, this is different stories from different news outlets, and it gives you information about how they lean as far as like what if they're left leaning or right leaning or center leaning, and it gives you like a good splash page of like, okay, this is what's being reported on. This is how the left is kind of like pointing it out or kind of like highlighting certain things, and this is how the right is highlighting things, and this is how the center is highlighting certain things.
There's a service for that.
Yeah. It's called Ground News, and again, not sponsored, but it might be something people could use as a tool to get news, as far as like something that it will tell you up front. This is a news article that's being kind of like pushed by people that are biased on this side of the aisle or political leanings, and you kind of make the choice of like, okay, I'll read it, or I'll see what how the heading is, and make a decision about how much credit or credibility that news outlet has, or how much I'm going to listen to it or read about it.
So they're reviewing the news?
Yeah, so it's a company that reviews the news and gives you basically like that outline of what's their bias, how they're reporting about it compared to other news outlets.
On the specific story.
Yes, exactly. Or ones that are not being mentioned. Again, I'm not sponsored by the company.
But you like the cut of their jib.
But I think it's a very necessary type of like tool that could be used if you're the type of person that likes to look at news and tries to get information from it, so you can be a little bit more knowledgeable of what's happening, not only locally, but in world current events. Again, that's just how I look at it. But
it's a valid option, though. Another service to counter that is called Snopes. Have you heard about Snopes?
I've never heard of Snopes.
Basically, Snopes is another service before Grounders, like from the 90s or early 2000s. They've also commented on headlines, not specifically from word per word of the newspaper, but the gist of the story and see if it was real. Like, is this real? And it would sometimes expand with more context. Yeah. And it was online. There's no physical publication. Ground News doesn't have a physical publication. Everything is... This one came in when the .com boom, and it's been... You don't hear it that much, but it's still around.
I see. Okay.
So, but again, it doesn't tell you if it's politically biased. It just tells you the story about it, if it's real or not.
I see. Okay. That sounds interesting.
But I like more the other one, the Ground. I'll look it up. I like that it tells you like a breakdown of what difference. It's one thing to know, and also to have a self-reflection, if you will, of how news, quote unquote, news services are spinning the same story, like how they're presenting it. Because that nowadays, that's it. Has it always been that important? Yes, but now it will always be important. But we have to have a service nowadays. There's a gap in the market that people just don't have. Even though Snopes was there, there's still a bigger pond for more fish to evaluate that in a different way. It's like a YouTube channel. There's gun YouTubers. Every one of them shoots guns. Everyone reviews guns, but they give their own style. But I mean, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say again. I mean, we're not sponsored. I'm not definitely sponsored. I wish we were sponsored by them.
There will be signs.
Yeah, but obviously, I think that there's certain things like even if I'm not being sponsored by them, I think it's just a good resource you can have to kind of just make your way through all the muck of like people's biases, because unfortunately it does shape your outlook and your perspective of how things are presented to you and how you think through certain things. And unfortunately, sometimes we tend to create our biases based on other people's biases, and that's unhealthy, because then you kind of stop critically thinking for yourself. And maybe I think the healthier position to have is maybe you don't agree 100% with everything, and that's healthy, because you probably don't agree with 100% of anything that anybody else really says. So why be different when it comes to news outlets that off the bat are very non-transparent, one, and then transparent in the sense of like that their leaning is towards either one side or the other, and it's like that's very unhealthy, because then you're put yourself in this bubble, right, in this like echo chamber of like that's all you listen to, that's all you hear, and kind of brain fudge yourself by brainwashing yourself to thinking that this leaning or this bias is the end all be all, and that's very unhealthy. I think there's room for criticism, there's room for questioning, there's room for observing the things that are being presented and asking the question, how do you know? Is it true? Well, other people are commenting on this and that have either first or secondary knowledge to that, and then making your own conclusion. I think that's the healthy thing to do. But not everybody wants to do that, because either we're lazy or we just want to follow.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me? You know what Ground News reminds me of? ESPN.
For sports?
Yeah. Those guys that are were professional players, but they talk about the game. You know what I mean? They talk about the teams, how they're lacking, how they're strong, they're weak. It reminds me of that.
I see. Yeah. I think that's a pretty good comparison.
What is it? Sports talk, but this is news talk instead of giving the news.
Yeah, exactly. And again, had I had like some sort of what's it called, like a link where you can get some sort of like deal or
There would be
coupon.
some.
Yeah, you would get that, but fortunately we're not there yet. So I mean,
He
again,
doesn't know that's like that, bro.
free publicity for the moment. But again, that's just one resource people can look into and see for themselves.
Yeah. What's another one? Another one. Hit me with another story.
Another story?
Yes, there's. Hit me with the story, Bob.
All right. Let me see.
Sensei Alan, tell me a story.
So, good story. So, I was thinking of sharing. I'll read it, and then you let me know what you have in mind for this. And then, again, this is kind of news to me, but I've been looking into money things for a whole different reason. But I'll read number 4, and then we'll go from there. So it says the AI money race becomes a multi-billion-dollar infrastructure battle. So the first bullet point, or the main bullet point is the biggest tech companies are in a massive spending competition to build the infrastructure, the giant buildings, computers, and chips needed to run this new powerful AI. Companies like Google, Amazon, and Microsoft are investing billions of dollars to secure the advanced computer chips that serve as the specialized or brains for AI. This global push shows how seriously companies are taking the competition to lead the future of artificial intelligence development.
Yes.
Latest, and this is quotes, latest AI tech news, mid-November 2025 updates. And this is from a TST Technology article, quote, of the 17th of November 2025. And there's a link for that article. So yeah, I totally see that. Not just Google, Amazon, and Microsoft, obviously other companies that are vying for position. Definitely, I think one of those companies that is looking to be part of the conversation would be companies like a Tesla. Definitely. Yeah. OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, which I think there's still talks about them actually being placed into the stock market as a public.
That's dangerous. Isn't that dangerous? Because you're going to have to rely on the board.
Yeah, but majority shares would be for the person that's already in charge. So Sam Altman, I think his name is. So they'll have a say.
Yeah, they'll
have a say, but it's not as much as the person that has the most shares. So he has like the majority. What's it called? The majority voice in all aspects of the company.
There's a positive and negative to this, but
of course there is. But I think the reason they want to do that is because they want more money.
They don't have enough?
They don't have enough. And to be clear, I think one of the reasons why they need money is because they need more computing power. And in order for them to do that, they need the money to invest in, like many of these companies. And we can definitely Google this, or we can AI prompt this, is that a lot of these companies are building their own infrastructure, like physical infrastructure for
campus.
No, not only campuses, bro. They're building out nuclear reactors.
Microsoft with 3 Mile Island in Pennsylvania. Yeah. I think in Pennsylvania, yeah. Like they purchased.
Exactly. Do you understand the amount of energy they need for these quantum computers?
They're opening the market for studying nuclear reactor maintenance again.
So this is interesting because the amount of energy that they need for these mega supercomputers to basically be on par with quantum computing.
The grid is not made for that. This grid is not going to handle
it. It wouldn't. That's why they're opting for their own energy source, which is a freaking nuclear reactor.
How do you feel like a board would improve this idea?
I don't think the board has anything to say in the sense of like,
if a board was coming,
if a board, they would be on board with the idea. No, because there is no other way to get around to get energy to use quantum computing besides nuclear power. There's not enough wind.
So you're telling me that the whole inclusion of saying, oh, we need more power, a better power grid, is going to be pushed forward, not by electric cars, those are stressing it, not because we want to be greener. It's because we need the money. We want, companies want that money, if you will.
Well, to build out these infrastructures, like these physical and
Uncle Sam didn't move for the people. pain.
So from what I understand, again, don't believe me. Don't believe the hype.
It's hearsay. It's hearsay. Don't believe. Okay. Yes.
Again,
yes.
this is from what I've kind of listened to when I'm listening to people that are more knowledgeable than I am about these situations. People like the guys that
The gossip, if you will.
yes, from the guys like from Dumb Money, people out here from like Valuetainment, people out here that actually have a little bit more knowledge and background on this. They're saying, or they have explained about how these companies are building out their infrastructure for making nuclear power plants in order for them to have the energy to actually produce and maintain and run all these and grow it. Yeah. It's like, and mind you, from what I understand, now 2025 and in the future, nuclear power is pretty clean.
Tech is there.
The tech is pretty safe. It's safer than it was back in the 40s or 50s or whatever. They did the atomic bomb, right? It's a lot safer.
It's bomb-proof.
Apparently, it runs cleaner than fossil fuel. Again, how much of that is that 100%? I don't know. But again,
Let's talk about the Fukushima, the Japanese one. It took an earthquake and a tsunami to put it offline and not destroy it.
Again, that and we're talking about how many years ago?
2011, 14 years ago? 15,
About
more than 10.
Yeah. So again, not saying that it's perfect, but I will say that there's something about this way of going about getting more energy that makes a lot more sense for them, and companies are not shy about raising money, raising funds. And
so
if
you're telling me that activists saying that we need to get off fossil fuels didn't move the needle as much as companies wanting to get off the grid and make a better grid?
Yeah, because the way and again, I can't speak to all people that are activists about admissions and stuff like that. I think that a lot of them had, and again, this is no accusations to any of them per se, but I do think that there's something to be said about how roundabout certain things are, where it's like you have to grease someone's palm to get things done, and it's like
it's still the same pollution or more.
Right. So like, say you clean up an area over here, but
where do you throw the garbage?
Yeah, I guess that's one way of looking at it, but it's like the amount of we don't really make a dent in the cleaning or the reusability of certain things. And it's like, let's take lithium ion batteries, right? The amount of diesel and the amount of fossil fuels that need to be burnt in order for you to get access to these,
to make a battery,
to get these natural resources from the earth is crazy. And then you synthesize them and compress them and make them into batteries in order just so that you can put them on a car or put them in here.
Just make the gas for the diesel.
That's so much emissions. That's your carbon footprint for that. That's crazy. It's banana. And
for less efficiency in harsh weather.
Exactly. And then what happens when the battery goes kaput? It's like it's not usable anymore. Where do you throw that out?
If an engine blows out, you can melt the metal and make it again another engine if you wanted to.
Yes, you could actually do that, but you can't do that with batteries.
You can't.
The way to get rid of, how do you get, same thing with solar panels.
What happened with solar panels?
You can't break down solar panels and reuse them. There's no real ethical or not even, I think, actual way to reuse them or to recycle.
Or just in general?
I think in general, there's no way of repurposing them at all. And again,
Gen 1.
I think Gen anything. I think the things that you buy on Amazon, right? Say that you buy one of these battery sets, right? These batteries that have the solar panel, right? I don't think that you're able to reuse, repurpose, or recycle these solar panels. So, which makes a bunch of garbage that, where are you going to put? I don't know about the solar panels on people's roofs, but I'm assuming that it has something very similar as far as technology goes, where it's like if it gets damaged, it goes kaput, it doesn't work. How the hell do you get, that recycled? Where is the place that you take those panels to get recycled? Do the companies that install them offer a rebate or something? Right? I don't know. Same thing with wind, right?
Upgrade panel. We can upgrade you.
Right. And I think I've heard, I'm not sure who it was, but saying that the turbines for the wind power is so bad that I think on the East Coast, whales have not been coming or dying on their shore because it's messing with their internal like beacon system that they have, because the turbines.
So they've been coming up ashore or not coming up ashore?
No, they've been coming up shore to die.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's messing with their internal like homing system.
We don't know that either. Damn it.
That's scary, because then and unfortunately, another drawback to these turbines is that you can't recycle them either. There's nothing you can do. Again, bro, and this is me just stating things that I've heard. I'm not gonna, die on this hill, but I will tell you that these are things that have been said.
Take me to the hill. I want to hear the story. Yeah.
These are things that I've been hearing, and they have been said by people online. And again, I don't know 100% of this stuff.
Obviously,
but it's pretty bad if any of these things that I've mentioned have some sort of validity to them. It's crazy that there's nothing that we can really do to kind of like mitigate. Or there is. But again, not everyone wants to go nuclear, right?
I'm just saying, there's also different flavors of nuclear. I don't know if you've been also following that. Like, there's a competition for that, for like salt reactors and closed loop reactors and miniature reactors. Like, in the US, they're trying to invest on, I don't know, maybe in Asia or whatever, but I know in the US, they're trying to invest in something called like a salt reactor that's like pellets. And it's very hard to kickstart as a nuclear reactor, but once you get the right conditions and all those things, it kicks off, and once it melts and uses everything, it goes back to salt.
Interesting. I've never heard of that.
And it's they call it a salt reactor, and it's a lot of investment to kick off and to do any power out of it. But once you get it kicking on and it's running, in theory, it should be a lot more safer. They want to their pitch for study is the safety and the byproduct, the waste.
Okay.
The waste is very easily self-containable. Allegedly, that's what I understood. There's still investment that you need a company to invest on that.
Right. Oh. Yeah, no, of course. A lot of the things that get done are through the private sector. It's not
to improve society.
No, well,
it's a byproduct.
It's a byproduct. Yes, I think that's a better way of looking at it, because it's like, yes, it's a business forward thinking type of thing. But darn, aren't we better off when the byproduct is, listen, yes, we have to sell something, but it's for the betterment because it makes it better, cheaper, faster. And I'll give you an example. And I think an example could be like the medical system, right? So people that sell certain things for the hospital, right? It's like, what's the cheapest thing that you can get for like, as far as like hospital goes, right? And it would be these
maybe
injections
gloves?
Gloves too, but like injections, right? Like these, like the flu shots, the COVID-19 shot. This was all made by different companies. And now they're so accessible. You can go to the freaking pharmacy, you get it at whatever time you want. It's like, okay, but talk about a real treatment for something that you really need to get
less than 5 years, man.
Hopefully,
society needed to fix that, but everyone was on board. You need everyone on board to do that.
And again, this is just like one of those examples that are like overt, right? It's very big. Let's talk about something that might be a little bit different. Okay, let's talk about people that travel. You have TSA, right? And then you have something like Clear.
Okay.
A lot of people have to pay for Clear. It's a private company. It does the same thing as TSA, but TSA is funded by the federal government.
Federal government, yeah.
So what happens with Clear compared to the federal government? Have you ever been to the post office? Have you ever been to DMV? How friendly, how fast of service is that?
They're not.
Right. And when they started to put kiosks and stuff like that in the DMV, how quick were they removed? Pretty quick. And why? Because they don't want to get their jobs taken away, because they want to sit comfy, get a secure check, and not have to deal with you need to be a better worker. No.
The federal government is not there to help. That's the biggest line. It's just there to manage.
So back to the company Clear. Clear, because it's not government owned or managed in the sense of like it's not being dictated by. They actually have quotas they have to meet. They actually have people. Yeah, it's a product. So what's going to happen when it's a product you pay for? The people there are a lot nicer. The people there are a lot more quick about getting your stuff ready and done. Like that's the byproduct, right?
When the government shutdown happened, a Clear was open, but not TSA. It was taking forever for people to get.
Exactly. So this is where private outshines government, because government, let's take another example, and this is not number to number, right? So for money to get from the government to help out a certain thing or program, it has to go through, let's say, five different departments in order for it to get to its final destination for the help that one section needs, right? By the time the $100 goes from the federal government down to the certain sector that needs to be helped with, you only end up with like a couple of cents, because the other departments have to grab a little bit from it in order for it to go to the next person.
The taxes?
Yeah. And so it's an inward tax system that they have. And by the time it gets to the sector that needs the money, it's down to the couple of pennies left, and it's not really much help in the long run.
The example for me that comes to mind is very bloated.
Very bloated, a lot of government red tape, and it makes it really difficult to get things done, and not only done, but done correctly. So,
because if it was a business matter, you could at least guarantee a certain quality. You owe someone
quality control is big. Yes,
QC.
When it's privately owned, or when it's a business, right? Someone gives a crap. Someone gives,
because it's my money on the line.
Exactly, your reputation, your money. The government doesn't care, because it's everyone's. So
there's drama allegedly with in California, one of those real estate guys that's a YouTuber.
Oh, okay.
I forgot his name, but he owns property and all those things in California. Forgot his name.
Is it Graham Stephan?
Yeah, I think it is Mr. Stephan.
Okay.
Like, you heard the story that he's leaving California?
He lives in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I think, but
he has properties.
A lot of property. He's pulling all of his
Yes, because the government is being really dumb. The state and local government where he owns his homes it doesn't really look out for the homeowner, and it doesn't do any favors like it thinks it's doing to the actual tenants of these homes.
Long story short, basically what it sounds like, they want basically people that are impoverished to stay in the cities and rent and not own anything, by the sounds of it, and make it very horrible for the owners and not want to make business in the city, if you will, in California specifically, that situation.
There are people that call it California.
I don't know, man.
Because it's very communist, at least the government.
For making business.
Yeah, it doesn't help any business out. It really doesn't. It kind of poo-poos the business owners, and then it doesn't really help them. But everything else, it's crazy to me how it's a state where they have limits on how much you can shoplift. That's wild to me. It's if it's under a certain, under $1,000 or under $2,000, it's okay, you're able to do that, and no one's able to stop you. And if they do stop you, the person that stops you could be held liable for doing something wrong. That to me is crazy. You're taking the power away from the people of authority.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And then over here in the East Coast, I've already outed myself. I'm in New York with my boys. Where I work, they were saying, "Oh, what about the situation of the $1 bail? They can't afford it. Some people don't have the money for bail. That doesn't mean they should be out, does it?"
Yeah, that no bail law.
I'm like, brother, if they got caught playing the game wrong, they gotta get punished. I'm thinking about it that way.
I think it's called the no cash bail.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Remember the guy that swindled, the one with the investments over here in New York, with the investment back in the day, that took away billions of dollars
from people from Enron
investments or something like that. A guy got pinned on a guy. I forgot the name.
The Wolf of Wall Street guy?
No, here in the 2000s, I forgot his name, but he was doing a lot of investments and moved money in the wrong way, and basically people's retirement and investments that that kind of group of people of.
I think you're talking about from Enron, no?
What? Yeah, I don't know his full name, but
that's the company's name, Enron.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's it's not that whatever method they did, but the guy isn't in prison. He's not in prison anymore. He was able to post bail. His bail was $8 million, if you will, or $12 million. He was able to post it in less than 30 days and step out. And mind you, that's the responsibility of the government to make sure that you're following the rules or punish you for it. And why do they even put the concept of bail even, in your opinion? They gotta get a cut, right?
Yes. I think it was probably for something that was petty type of crimes. But
like stealing, right?
But I think we're, and I'm no law expert, but
same here.
I would assume that there is rules and regulations where it's like when you get to a certain point of like maybe you've committed one too many petty crimes, I think there's a jump up that there's no more bails. Maybe you get hit with, you're spending a month in jail, right? You can't pay yourself out of it. And then if there's
it's like you're in timeout.
And if there's crimes that you commit where you're sentenced to jail for like years, that's what's supposed to be. But unfortunately, I think those petty crime things, it's like, oh, well, it's because all he did was take a piece of gum or steal, a soda. It's like, yeah, that's how it starts. But if there is no consequences, then people start getting a little too comfortable with doing things that they're not supposed to do. And then if that person does it, the other people will see, and they kind of get the sense of like, oh, well, if he does it, I'm able to do it. Why is he able to steal? Like, again,
mind you, we live. This is not the schoolyard. There's a certain idea of what's right or wrong. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, if there's a punishment system and there's rules already. So my rule of thumb, if it's not written, means you can do it. An example, like jaywalking is a thing, right? And people in New York break it all the time,
right?
But it's written, and there's no punishment for jaywalking. Have you heard anyone get punished for jaywalking?
Unless the cop is very, very petty about certain things. But even then, bro. But I think that's not an apples to apples comparison. Like I get it. Like you're in the city. The last thing you want to do is run somebody over because they thought that jaywalking was cool. Now, if people want to play with their own lives, that's different from you playing with the livelihoods of someone else, in the sense of like you're taking something that you didn't purchase, but someone purchased it in order for them to stock their store, as an example, right? Maybe
something your ground at your house, like you're defending your property and all those things,
right? Like if you have squatters in your house, why won't you
squatters' rights?
Yeah, like why would you not have the power to kick people out that don't live there? Or
they broke into a lady's house in the city and they killed her, and they were living there for like a month or so, and they just they put it in the couch and wrapped it in bags and rugs and everything and left it in there, and they were living there.
Crazy. That's crazy.
They were stalking her. There was a group of people, I think a couple, man and a woman, and they decided to live there. And the person was like elderly. I'm like, they were hunting, they knew what to do, they knew the setup, their schedule. They were hunting the person for a while now, so they deserve the highest crime. They deserve the highest punishment.
Yes, they do.
Oh, I mean, there's an escalation. This guy, the guy that swindled people from their investments, that their retirement money, all those things, they also deserve a punishment.
Yes.
At the same time,
absolutely,
that money that he swindled people millions of dollars, like where like how are they going to get their money back, or what's the repercussions there?
True.
Like is he going to work elsewhere to give them their money back?
Yeah, we got a little sidetracked, but
I like it. I like this distraction.
Absolutely.
I think it's for the best, if anything.
Going back to like this AI money race becomes a multi-billion-dollar infrastructure battle.
Another company, Crucial. You heard about the Crucial too?
Crucial or Carnival?
No, Crucial. The memory, the hard drive makers, the memory makers, all those things.
No, I haven't heard any.
Like they decided officially, like I have 2 hard drives right here, not from Crucial. They decided to say we're not going to make any more RAM for gamers anymore. Okay. We're going to make them exclusively for OpenAI, and we're accepting bids for all other AI company that needs RAM. We're you guys.
Yeah, well, I think that, I think right now people are going to draw the lines on the sand and pick who they're going to back, right? I think NVIDIA is working really close with Tesla, and you'll have other companies working with other companies. And I think the end goal here is who's going to be the one that inches out the other company to be the one that's on top as far as like computing goes, and being the I guess the nuts and bolts and the system that runs the whole thing. Because honestly, it's like, what's your point of view as far as like, or your perspective on what is the next latest and greatest? Is it augmented reality? Is it robotics? Is it tetherless type of technology that is being charged through the ether?
It's the guts, I'd say.
Exactly. And who runs it, right? And like all this AI type of power type of things, like whoever gets to whoever not only is able to create the algorithm or the
Software.
AI system, but the actual infrastructure and the hardware, like whoever is in that group or that bubble of companies that are able to inch out the other companies to do it, will be sitting pretty. You'll invested in those companies will be set, bro.
I'm just saying, like, if this other question, do you think it was right then that the government agreed for NVIDIA to start selling quote unquote lower quality chips to the competition? Because before they were in a band of not being able to sell. There was a black market, mind you, and people were getting arrested for selling as a shadow company to the CCP, and they were under the water, if you will, under the table.
Yeah, of course. I think there has to be some sort of reason, and I think that's kind of like above our pay grade to know.
Agree, that's
why they're doing it, because I don't think they're doing it just to do it. It's great
it's the government. It's not a company doing it.
The government gave the okay, and you would think like, wait, what do you mean they gave the okay? Well, as far as tariffs go, like that made a lot of sense. And again, I think, and this is just me kind of like spitballing here.
Spitballing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking that it kind of has to do with us having some sort of technology that kind of tracks what they're doing with those chips. Yeah, I don't know if you remember.
Over here in making factories?
Yeah, well, do you remember a couple months back where Israel, the country of Israel, basically blew up the pagers and beepers or cell phones of a terrorist group?
Years in the making, man.
I don't know how long it took for them to do that, but
they couldn't have done that in 1 month, like give over 1,000 people.
If they're able to do that, best believe that could be something very similar to what the U.S. or what the government,
other governments are
probably are able to do if people trifle or double cross the U.S. I think that has, and again, I'm not sure. This is just me spitballing, based on what other countries have done. Hey, bro, espionage is a real thing. Government covert, things are a real thing. But as far as like how much this is real or how much is just like me and my conjecture, like
your headcanon.
Yes.
It's okay, man. This is good thinking because Uncle Sam has done it, man. Uncle Sam has done it again.
Yeah.
You saw the whole thing going back to some other episode that you and I did with guests when they did the Iran thing. Like, they said, look at these B2 spirits going to Guam. Their heavy boys are going to do something. Yeah. And then 7 went the other way. They exploited the use of using their beacons going west to the Pacific to Guam, and people that are always following it exposed. Who follows look at these B2 bombers, airplane fanatics. Like, look at these, they're going west. What are they going to do? What's going to happen? Is it because of China or whatever is acting up? And then lo and behold, there were 7 more on the other side of the world doing their shadow stuff, doing their midnight hammering.
True.
They put the hammer down on bedrock, if you will. They made the bedrock.
So Marquitos,
yes sir.
Not for nothing, bro, but I think I'm gonna have to call it.
Yes sir, calling it in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and thank you. You're welcome. No, thank you for everything. You've heard our headcanon, you heard us chat, technical difficulties and all, but I thank you much. My name is Marcos. You know where to follow us, links in the description, and hopefully next episode, which is next Saturday, will be the last episode of the year with a guest. Let's, cheers up, let's see how it goes.
And definitely, let's try to pick this up back next time.
We have ideas.
Yes, definitely, we do. And everyone, thank you so much for listening and connecting with us. Hopefully, you can join us for the next pod, and hopefully with a lot more information, a lot more headcanon.
It's our headcanon. We're not
good combo.
There you go. Yes, sir. It's about the good time and the destination.
So thank you again, everyone. Mr. Marcos, thank you again. And I hope to catch you guys in the next one.
Stay frosty.